Hello, I wanted to hop on here really quick and talk about the elf writing that I have assigned. Um, this is going to be your last writing assignment for the quarter, so I want you to make sure you get this done and give me your best work. So when you go through your assignment, I'm going to show you exactly what it looks like in the place where I make the assignments. So let me get that pulled up. And then it'll be easier to show you what it looks like. So this is exactly what it is going to look like on when you open it up. So when you go here, you're going to have where you can put your name and the date. And then you're going to scroll down and you're going to create your pet elf. So with the kids that were here with me, I told them they could either use an elf that they already have at home, like you can use your elf on the shelf and talk about that elf, or you can create your own. So up here, you can draw a picture, which with this program, you can use these tools up here to draw pictures, but you do not have to. If you want to just draw a picture on your own, that is fine. So right here, you're going to type in this box your elf's name. And then you're going to come down here and you're going to type where your elf came from. So maybe your elf came from Santa, maybe your parents gave him to you, maybe you're making up a story about how your elf jumped in your bag when you were out somewhere, or they just crawled in your door. So you could make up something like that. So you just give a short little where they're from and then how you got your elf. So the example I showed in class, I said my elf came from Gulf Shores, Alabama, and when I went on vacation, the elf jumped in my bag, and that's how I got my elf. Okay, so it can be something that's real or something that you made up. It does not matter. Down here, you're going to describe your elf. I am going to attach a writing, like almost like a cheat sheet of character traits and physical traits that you can use for your elf. So when you go to write these, you might want to look at that and just kind of check it out using some of those words. So like your elf looks like, maybe your elf is pretty, maybe your elf is short, maybe they're tall. Come up with different things. Don't just use the ones that I say. Be really creative and try your best to come up with something really good. So right here, you're going to do what your elf sounds like. So what do they sound like when they talk? Are they loud? Are they quiet? Are they noisy? Different things. Go over here, what they smell like. Think of Christmas scents that an elf could smell like. Come over here and then acts like. So what does your elf act like? Are they good? Are they bad? Let's use better words than good and bad. Come up with those words that are really good. So then you're going to come over here and talks like. So that's another thing. It's kind of like the sounds like, but you can add more detail in. So after you get that done, you're going to come down here and you're going to do the character traits. Okay, so this is what I'm going to post. Right here is character traits. So that's what would go on bottom. These are physical traits. These are things that you're going to use more or less. Oh, not that one. Not that one. More or less right here. So these are the character traits. The physical traits are the ones you're going to use right here. So I'm going to make sure that I get that posted for you so you can use some of those words. After you do that, you're going to come down here and you're going to start talking about some of the events that happen. So in the beginning, what did your elf do? In the middle of the story, what do you want your elf to do? And in the end, what do you want your elf to do? So there's all kinds of different things that you can come up with. And then when you get down here, this is where you're going to write your final draft. So what I want you to do is come up with a topic, sentence. So Right here is my topic sentence. I met my elf when she jumped in my suitcase on my vacation in Gulf Shores. She told me her name was Penelope. I knew right away she was sneaky because she had jumped in my bag and I didn't know it. So this is something that I obviously made up, but I want a topic sentence. And then I want you to go ahead, write your topic sentence, start a new paragraph, and then that's when I want you to start talking about this beginning up here. Okay? After you talk about your beginning, it needs to be about 2 to 3 sentences. And then I want you to come and talk about your middle in a separate paragraph. 2 to 3 sentences there. And then I want you to, at the end, do 2 to 3 sentences about the end. After you do the end, I want you to put a closing sentence. Okay, so if we go back to mine, my closing sentence is, I had such a great Christmas with Penelope. I hope she comes again next year. So then that's going to go after. So this is kind of what mine looks like. So I have my topic sentence, I have my beginning, my middle, my end, and then my closing sentence. So that's about what I want it to look like. I gave you an extra page in yours just so you had extra space. So we're looking at about 1 to 2 sentences for the topic. It can be more. I want about 2 to 3 sentences in the beginning, 2 to 3 sentences in the middle, 2 to 3 sentences in the end, and then 1 to 2 in your closing sentence. So there should be 5 separate paragraphs. So that's just kind of the things I wanted to get on and do. But when you finish, you have to wait until you're completely done. So I know that this might take a few days, whatever you want to do. So there's going to be, it's not viewing on mine because this is just a preview, but up at the top, there's something that says finish later. So if you want to finish later, go ahead and click that and then you can come back to it. And when you're all the way done, you need to click I'm done. Okay. This next part's very important. When you click I'm done, please go back to Google Classroom and click that, mark it as done. Okay, so let me see. I'm not going to be able to show you because on my Google Classroom it looks a lot different, but just go back to Google Classroom. So if you go to Google Classroom up at the top and you make sure you click on my class, if you go to the classwork